Hey, you guys, welcome back. How's it going today? Today we're going to review the Damned Designs Banshee, and I'm really excited to do this. But just to let you know, I'm going to disassemble the knife today for you guys because I'm really eager to see what it looks like inside this thing. So, on to the review. So I have had a ton of fun with this knife today. I'm really impressed with Damn Designs knives based off of this one so far. And I've pre-ordered myself 4 or 5 of them. So I'm really excited to get them, but they won't be shipped until February, unfortunately. So yeah, this is the Banshee, and as you can see, it has a very interesting Tanto style blade with this huge cutout right here that you are able to spidey flick, and a really nice ramp right here for the thumb with great jimping on the ramp there, and as you can see, a pretty good blade stock. As far as this is a hard use knife for sure, and the distal taper is perfect. And I love the swedge and how it reinforces the tip. This tip by no means is dainty, to say the least. I strapped it up for him, but I think it could use a good sharpening, and I think this it is 14C28N, so I think this would take an amazing edge. But I don't think I want to take it upon myself to sharpen someone else's knife, especially when it has a Tanto style blade that's like this. It's got a little bit of belly, as you can see, just the very smallest amount. Not much of a finger choil or anything like that, but the sharpening choil, it looks like it comes down to about there, or maybe there. So it's not extremely impressive, but it's not terrible either. The like I think I said already, this the way they milled that out and how they put the pivot. I don't know if this is just a pivot cap or if this is what the pivot screw looks like, but I can't wait to disassemble it to find out. The hardware is actually impressive in itself because they didn't use anything but T8 screws, and so I am really happy about that. That's awesome. I can't wait to get into this thing. It does have a lanyard loop, or hole, I should say, for those lanyard lovers out there. And this is definitely ambidextrous. So they included the lefties as well. And I'm so happy to see that. This company seems to me like it's thinking of everything and everybody. And I really like that. So I think the company in itself is an awesome company. Up. And from what I gather so far, I'm really loving it. Another thing is check out that heavy stonewash. It is so cool. You're barely gonna see any scratches on this thing because that stonewash is just magnificent. I love their little moniker there. It's pretty cool. It's a tough looking knife though, to say the least. It's pretty intimidating. I think the white actually kind of dulls down that intimidation factor, but that's just a personal opinion, you know. But I love the fact that they made a heavy use knife white because you can always wash it when it gets dirty. The G10 is very sturdy. This frame seems to be extremely rigid. This knife is all but a cold steel. It's all but a fixed blade. Honestly, the thing is so tough. I mean, It's not the best slicer in the world, but that I don't think that's what they had in mind when they designed this knife, honestly. They were like, "Hey, we need to make a badass hard use knife," and that's where this came from. I love the fact that they were still able to nest the liner, and they did put quite a bit of hollowing, milling out to make it to reduce weight. But let's see how much this guy weighs real quick. Hold on. All right, here we go. All right, so it's 5.5 ounces. So by no means is this a light or easy carry, but that's okay. I mean, because the whole point of this design, I'm gonna say, is for heavy use, yet designer knife. I mean, I kind of get the feel that what they were going for here is a really cool looking, heavy use, almost on the verge of like a premium designer knife look, but in a budget style sense, with the 14C28N and the G10 scales, this is definitely a major budget knife. Everyone, I mean, for the most part, anyone can afford this. So it's pretty awesome that you feel like it's high end, but for a budget price, and I really love that. So let's get into the disassembly because I'm really excited to start that. 1 second, guys. All right, let's get to this disassembly. Oh no, sorry guys. Sorry. So I had to loosen this up because the screw is stripped and it's free spinning, which kind of sucks. So I had to lock it down on the other side. So I'm doing this out of order, but I didn't want to mess up anything. Also, I do want to bring attention to the fact that the little plate cover is also stonewashed, and so are the screws. I think that is amazing. The attention to detail on this knife, it is pretty sweet. So anyway, let's get this pivot off before I get these body screws out. I didn't think I was going to take it apart at first, so I had put the pivot screw back in, and I put a little Loctite on there, but that's okay because it'll still work, and I can always put a little more in it if I want to. So let's get these screws out of the body real quick. And oh, also the pocket clip is stonewashed. I love the attention to detail. These guys did a magnificent job. So I am out of alcohol to clean it with, but let me see if I can find some alcohol rubs. Just a minute. Okay, let us resume. So I found some alcohol prep pads for the cleaning of the knife. So I like how they stonewashed everything that was silver on this knife. And like I said just a couple minutes ago or a minute ago or whatever, I just think it's pretty cool, the amount of detail they put into this knife. That's crazy. I mean, if you think the way it is, I mean, they stonewashed the internals so that when you disassemble the knife, you can see the same, it just flows. It's the same aesthetic inside as it is on the outside, and that is pretty cool if you ask me. I really think this company has a bright future ahead of them. Um, it's a little bit dirty. That's okay, because that's a lot of love. These guys use their knives, and I think that's amazing. Because some of us don't use knives. There are a couple of knives in my collection that I will only use to like see how sharp they are, and I will only cut a couple of different items with them, a couple of different things, not items. So I figure I'd get this guy cleaned up and it'll be nice and ready to go for them to get it dirty again when I send it off. So I think that's pretty cool. Hopefully they don't mind that I'm disassembling their knife. I probably should have asked first. So sorry about that, shredders. I hope you don't mind. I did beat up the knife a little bit. I didn't do any bushcrafting or anything like that with it. But there's the D10 ball, which is ceramic. It's a really nice D10 ball. Crazy. But yeah, I put it through a little bit of testing at work. I cut some things up here in my own garage. I cut up some hosing, and unfortunately I did not get the footage of that. This thing went through it like nothing though. The Surprisingly, for heavier things like hosing and stuff like that, this is the perfect type of knife for that, because it just chops right through. It's crazy. It's scary how choppy this thing is. It's just wow. So these bearings are pretty cool looking. I don't think I've ever seen bearings like this. They're caged bearings, but they're like phosphor bronze, or brass maybe, but phosphor bronze caged bearings, ceramic balls. Wow. This is high quality. I mean, these bearings are so smooth. You can feel it. As you're wiping them off, you can feel how smooth they are. They just roll in your fingers. Let's see here. Get the other bearing off of there. So Fred was a little quiet today, surprisingly. He usually likes to talk when I'm making a video. Oh, there he goes. I spoke too soon. So that's funny. You're so funny, Fred. Say hello to the guys and gals. So the only thing I do not like about using these alcohol prep pads is the fact that they sometimes leave fuzzies. So you have to pay attention where you're wiping, just in case it leaves a fuzzy, because you don't want it to mess with your action, especially around the hole that they milled in for the bearings. So gotta be careful, because you'll have to disassemble the whole dang knife again. So yeah, we'll get it all oiled up here, and I think this thing looks really awesome on the inside. Let's see here. So it has there's the stop pin. That's a pretty chunky stop pin too, man. That's how you know it's a heavy use knife, because that stop pin is pretty thick. That means they're expecting it. So that's pretty cool though. The back spacer is just G10, which is fine, It's a heavy G10 too, so. Yeah, I love the fact that this thing is used. I mean, they definitely loved on it. This was pretty cool. The experience of taking this apart was pretty cool. I don't believe I've ever encountered this type of build on a knife before, so I'm really impressed with how well built this thing is. It is amazing. It's so cool. It's very, very cool. I mean, just I put a little bit around the pivot area. Just a little. Put a little on the detent. And I will oil the blade as well. Put this guy on there like that. And put some in the bearings. And once again, I hope the shredders the shredder family, I should say, I hope they don't mind that I took it apart. I just wanted to see how the internals worked and how well this thing is built. It surprised me. I mean, I knew it was built well, but I didn't know how well it was going to end up. It's pretty nice. I'm so impressed. I don't know what else to say other than I'm really impressed with this. A little in the track here, a little in the detent spot there, and put this, put a little on there, here. So there we go, and then a little on the outside. And that should spread around just fine. Sweet. Man, I love this knife. It is so cool. Yeah. Actually, I'll just put the, ooh, I'm glad I took that off. Get the fuzzies off of there. There we go. Oop, make sure it lines up right. Get on there. Let's see. Oh, come on, get on there. Let's try it like this, maybe. It's supposed to go on this right here, but it's like slightly offline or something. So I'm gonna try to get this on the bottom one first. That should fall right on. Get on there. All right, here we go. Sweet, perfect. All right, now let's see. I don't think I'll need any more Loctite. Maybe just a dab. There we go. Get it on the actual screw. Let's do this first. Get in there. Cool. That was easy enough. Let's see. So this goes through here. Might loosen up this pivot just a little. This is interesting the way they did this because the pocket clip has a lot to do with the build because they used everything so wisely. They used the pocket clip for the assembly. Now if I could just get that tube through the hole, that would be perfect. So it's a little extra fun taking this apart, but it is totally fine. There we go. Don't forget this. There. There we go. Hopefully that we might have to use the other screwdriver just because it's free spinning. Let's see here if we can get it. Oh, that's working just fine. No, it's not. Oh, boomy. Scared me, dude. There we go. Not too tight. You want to make sure that you're not over tightening anything, of course, because it will mess with your centering. We'll just see how it looks right now. It's loose, so let me tighten the pivot a little bit more. A lot more. Perfect. And what a pleasure it was taking this thing apart. I cannot believe the build on this thing. It is so nice. And it's pretty good, nice and centered. Let's make sure this is tight. There. Make sure it's centered still. All right, perfect, you guys. Oh man, that's smooth. It just got better. Wow. Well, I gotta say, man, this is one of the best builds I've seen this year. I definitely think Damned Designs should be in the budget of the year knife. However, I do not have any to put in. But I am hoping that someone out there, one of the reviewers out there, will put some Damned Design knives in the end of the year budget review to see if they win. I would like to definitely get one of these in there. However, I don't have one to do so. So I may just wait until I get mine next year in February to do my best budget knife of the year. So, and I would just, of course, I'll just look for or use knives from this year, 2021. So anyway, great knife, magnificent build, really interesting blade. It's pretty cool. It's definitely unique. I've never seen or handled anything like this. I've never taken any knife apart that is anywhere near the type of build this is. The build is just, I can say it's better than a lot. The build on this is better than a lot of them. So they definitely have a great thing going. I think Damn Designs is going to be blowing up very soon. The they have a really good quality product. So I'm happy to have been able to borrow this from the Shredder family, and I will see you soon.